like we had a game plan. And, you know, a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, I say, to me, he's still a kid. And when I was that age, I probably would have did the same thing. I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, you know, about what's right and what's wrong.
Like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't fault him for like stand to himself and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So there's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram.
We do know.
Look over there left.
Nobody anticipated one of the most shocking events in boxing, such as Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis, finally put an end to their feud before Tank's rematch with Lamont Rematch. Gervonta Davis was severely humbled by the loss to Roach, which compelled him to reconcile with Floyd Mayweather following their shady altercation from the previous year. Floyd Mayweather also paid a visit to Gervonta Davis prior to his upcoming bout, just as he did with Stevenson during training camp in February.
I appreciate him. I appreciate him for what he done, because he did, like, you know, he did help me out. He definitely helped me out, but it was more so like...
Tank vents out on social media. He's been through a lot, you know, throughout his life, but I take my hat off to him. I'm proud of him.
The two met and talked for a while, before Floyd watched him train and spar with other fighters before leaving the gym. As he stood by, a reporter asked him about his thoughts on the first fight between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Rematch, particularly Tank's knee. We know what the law says, and we know Tank was lucky that night, but it's already been done. Tank is an incredible fighter, and he will prove himself in the rematch.
Like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't fault him for like stand to himself and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So there's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting.
The fact that Gervonta Davis continues to follow Mayweather's path is another thing that seems to be a major coincidence in their reunion. In his early career, he was dubbed the next Floyd Mayweather, so it's no surprise that he and Mayweather had a similar knee problem in their fights, and that they weren't tested on the scorecards. Since Mayweather has only been knocked down once in his professional career, and that knockdown did not result from a dangerous punch.
Called the knockdown. And is something wrong with the left hand?
In an attempt to defend his World Boxing Council Super Featherweight title, Mayweather would fight Carlos Hernandez February 1st, 33, in May 2001. He would be hoping to make his 8th title defense, but he would have an odd moment in the fight. At 25, he was still a promising fighter when he faced Carlos Alfamoso Hernandez of El Salvador for the lineal and World Boxing Council Super Featherweight crown. Although leading the fight, Mayweather would receive an 8 count in the 6th round, but Hernandez did not knock him down. Instead, he took a knee in the 6th round of the fight, even though he had not taken any serious damage from Hernandez.
Floyd Mayweather. We're not exactly sure why. Just the pain from his hand? Now Floyd let the left hand go.
However, Mayweather appeared to be in pain following the knee he took, to indicate that, despite the alleged injury, something was amiss with his left hand by pointing to his corner. Even though Hernandez was given the knockdown, Mayweather managed to go on and win the fight. Mayweather would still emerge victorious based on the scorecards of the judges, but he was docked a point right away. But the champion didn't care, and he accelerated to win the unanimous decision at the Vanandel Arena in Michigan. Mayweather-Hernandez fight. You guys should watch that fight. He kneels down because his hand hurts and points out the fall, which doesn't come from a blow, recalling legendary boxer Terrence Crawford.